unnecessary spookiness. Hey, Ho! Hey, Ho. It's Lydia Dupra, aka the Ho Mentor, and I mentor hoes. I don't know why I did that. Today, I'm going to be telling you about my phobias. That's right, I get spooked by a lot of things. And I was writing down a list to kind of help myself work through some unrealistic fears that I have. And then I was like, some of these are kind of funny. So I thought I would share them with you. So let me pull up the list. I would say, to start, I'm agoraphobic, right? So I'm afraid of being out in the open, malls and places like that. But I'm not as afraid in a mall as I am in a post office. I have a list here. Yeah, I'm afraid of post offices. It's actually hurt my business. If I have to ship out an order myself, it takes me a really long time to try and work up to it. And if I don't have someone available to run to the post office for me, it will delay the order because I'm that afraid of the post office. I don't know why. I can't recall a specific memory of why I would be afraid of the post office. I don't know. I just am. Concerts, that just plays right into like people. I think because loud music and the darkness can be really disorienting, and just sensory overload makes me feel like I have absolutely no control at all. So don't ever invite me to a concert. I won't go to it. Movie theaters. I feel like okay, so I know why I'm afraid of movie theaters. This was a while ago, a long time ago, but like the opening night of some movie, a guy went in and shot up the whole movie theater. And ever since then, I have been petrified. I wasn't there. I had just heard about it on the news. And it put fear into me, again, because it's a dark place and it's disorienting with the loud music. It just, walking into it with the doors closing and it being pitch black, it feels like an actual, like a trap. And I don't like to feel trapped. So, yeah, I'm afraid of movie theaters. Just the dark in general. I'm afraid of the dark. I just am afraid of not seeing anything that might attack me. When I was a little kid, I used to literally sleep with my eyes open. Like, I'm not playing. I sleep with the lights on. Like, you would think that I was awake 24/7 if you looked in my windows because the lights are always on. I'm afraid of walking outside. This is crazy. This is really making me look insane. I'm afraid of walking at all because if I don't have a car or wheels, if something is attacking me or chasing me, I can only go as fast as I can run, and I have asthma. Okay, like not a runner. Yeah, and that means other people have cars and bicycles and motorcycles. Like everyone's got an advantage. Like if you're outside walking, you're a minority, and you are at way less of an advantage than every single other person out there that has wheels. So to me, it's just like risk management. Be in the wheels. You want to be the person with the wheels. You don't want to be the person with the feet. So that just makes sense to me. Like my whole life is risk management. It's not avoiding risks. It's just manage them. Like you want to go outside, fine. Take a car. Don't walk. Duh. I've mentioned this one before. So obviously my biggest fear ever is being abandoned. But I want to differentiate that I'm not afraid of being alone. I love being alone. I'm alone 95% of the time. I'm alone. But that's a choice. But if I'm with someone and then I'm afraid that they're going to leave me, abandon me, that's like Achilles heel. You got me. The dogs are playing. Abandonment. It's the worst. Don't do it. Don't abandon me. Food? Okay. This is getting weird. Okay, so I'm also extremely afraid of food that I perceive has gone bad. So like, I'll never take home leftovers from a restaurant, and people are always like, yo, like, why won't you take your leftovers? Are you too good for it? And I'm like, no, like, I feel like as soon as I've finished eating something, that the food has expired, and it is bad. Like, I don't even keep food in my house. Like, I'm too afraid of it. Like, that's not so stupid. Almost everything is takeout, because I know it's made fresh, you know? I'll keep some stuff in the house. Like, I've gotten better over time with the food thing, but it's my first instinct to assume that everything is poisoned. Not intentionally, that it's just somehow gone bad and it's gonna kill me. So there's actually a reason for that. And when I was younger, I don't know, I got sick all the time. I always had food poisoning after food poisoning after food poisoning, and I was just throwing up all the time, and I was sick, really, really sick. Always a stomach flu or food poisoning. And I just don't want to feel that way again. So I'm just like, it must be the food, like, obviously. So to me, it's just like, okay, don't eat food that's gone bad. Make sure that no food is bad. Don't eat bad food. I don't know why it's making me emotional. Because I just remember being really sick. Someone brought up to me later in the life, they're like, do you think your mom was trying to poison you? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I mean, I was sick all the time. But I don't know. No one else was sick. But why, though? But why? Like, it just doesn't seem like a thing that she would do. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'll say a lot of bad stuff about my mom. But she's not a bad person. She's a bad mom, but she's not a bad person. And I don't think that she's ever wished that level of harm to me. But hey, you never know. My dad took out a life insurance policy on me when I was 18 and had just been released from the facility I was staying at. So I think he's a bad person. Next. Okay, so here's one. I'm afraid of jail, but I'm not afraid of the police. I was an incarcerated youth, and I know what it's like to completely have my freedom stripped from me. And if you've never been to jail, or if you've never been incarcerated, like, you're literally done. Like, there's none of the choices. There's no options. Your entire life has now been determined for you for as long as you're there. So I wasn't in an actual prison. I was in a state-run facility for mentally ill people. I prefer to say incarcerated because it's the same definition. It just doesn't sound as insane. Yeah, so it was a state facility, so it was run like a prison, and it was the worst year of my life, and I'm terrified of going back or any type of freedom remover. I mean, even having a job scares me, thinking that, like, I would have to be under someone's law. Yeah, but that's just a fear. But I think I'm not afraid of the police because, like, they're just people. And it's just, like, they're just, like, the way I see the police is, like, they're just trying to do their job. Like, of course there's gonna be bad cops and good cops, right? Like, every industry. I'm not necessarily afraid of them. It's just, like, okay, like, if I get pulled over, like, the first thing that goes through my mind is, like, okay, like, this guy thinks maybe he'll get shot right now. Let's not make his day any scarier and resist. So, like, I just try to look at police as people because they are. But, like, state facilities, like jail, like, those are, they're not people. Like, it's much darker than that. But I think, yeah, maybe the police are individuals, and that's not as scary as, having your freedom removed, and, Anyway, just wanted to differentiate the two. I'm afraid of supermarkets. I have issues with food. There was a time where I couldn't eat at all because all food looked... Money, stop. Because all food looked like a dead body. Like, all food. Like, I couldn't eat anything. The only thing I could eat was ice and Dr. Pepper. I don't know why. Money, no, I'm doing a video. So, Money is... She's here. Money, I'm doing a video. I'm talking about a traumatic time in my life. Come here. Come here. Do you wanna do the video with me? Come on. Come here. Here, I need my emotional support animal. Come here, baby. Wow. Okay. So I couldn't eat for a while because everything looked like a dead body. Like pasta, fruit, like literally everything. Don't even get me started on like meat, obviously. It literally is a dead body. But yeah, so imagine that in a store, like a dead body store. So the fear of supermarkets is still there. Like, obviously, like, I know food is not human remains. Like, I know that. But still going to the store scares me in that way. But I get all my groceries delivered. So it's really not an issue. Sometimes I can go into Whole Foods and it's okay. For some reason, I see Whole Foods as more like a new age store rather than like a supermarket. Also, it's like, what the hell's up with supermarkets? Why do you need to have 15 different selections of ketchup? Like, who has time to think that much? Like, you need ketchup. Like, to me, like, when I get my groceries online, it's like I have time to read the labels and to make a decision. Like, I don't want to just sit in the store for half an hour reading all these ketchup labels, trying to see what's in them. You know what they put in those things? Terrible. Horrible things. Terrible. Let's see. Am I afraid of anything? How neurotic am I? I'm afraid. There's more things. Is this normal? I feel like the amount of fears I have is not normal. I'm afraid of the phone, like actually making phone calls. I'm terrified to pick up the phone. It's gotten me in trouble before, like with financially, because like I've avoided phone calls and numbers that I don't recognize, and it's like a collection agency saying I have like a medical bill from 2 years ago that I have never paid. So I've actually got, like, my phobia has gotten in the way of like me functioning as a human. So I'm afraid to answer the phone, and I never do. I'm afraid of checking voicemail. Never check voicemail. I got a new phone. I haven't even set it up. Too bad. Send me a message in a bottle or something. Or better, just freaking text me or email me. But I'm not going to take your phone call. There's a couple people I talk to on the phone, and it's not scary at all. But for the first few seconds when the phone rings, I immediately like... I don't totally know why I'm afraid of the phone. But there was a short period of time, but a traumatic time in my life where like a bunch of people had died. And it was basically like the phone just wouldn't stop ringing. And every time I picked up, it was someone telling me that someone else had died. That's probably it, if I'm still having this emotional response to it. So I guess I just associate the phone with really bad news. Ironically, I'm not afraid of dying. I kind of have accepted it, like, okay, this is an inescapable thing. I believe in reincarnation, so like I know I'll be back. So I'm not worried about that at all. So that's nice. Some people are really, really afraid of dying. I remember seeing a documentary with Paris Hilton, and she said her greatest fear is dying because that would be like so boring. Her words, not mine. Uh, but I guess that's one nice thing is to not worry about that. I think if I woke up every day worrying about dying, I don't know, that sounds horrible. Aren't you sure, baby? But yeah, did I say I'm afraid of homelessness? I'm afraid of homelessness. Poverty in general I'm really afraid. I'm quite frugal, and like if I find myself like in like a fearful like I'll cycle and like feeling comfortable and feeling unsafe. So if I find myself like being really afraid of poverty, like I'll start doing unnecessarily frugal things, and then I have to be like snap out of it. And it's like, why are you drinking tap water and you ate ramen twice today? Like, what are you doing? Why are you avoiding nourishing yourself? Like it's like that deeply ingrained in me, like the fear of being homeless and poverty. Like I'll have to catch it. So weird, right? I mean, it all makes sense. Like obviously, like I have had issues that have triggered this. I know, but I would say like overall, like I've dealt with loss. I've dealt with a lot of loss. I feel like that's the best way to describe everything. I've just dealt with a lot of loss. And that can be really scary. Spooky even. I remember spooky stuff. Okay, I think that's literally everything I'm afraid of. Oh my god, so many things. I have to just say thank you to everyone who supports me. My best friend Mel. I'm so much better than where I was. Like I couldn't even talk about my fears because I feel like if I said it, it would happen. So like me talking about this, like you might think like, wow, this girl is like so neurotic. Like I am. I'm neurotic. I'm paranoid. I'm medicated for that. But I'm functioning. Like I live my life independently. Like I used to need an assistant to help me live because I was so about everything all the time. Like I had a full-time assistant like helping me live my life. We're past that. We're good. We're Gucci. Oh wait, we're not Gucci. We hate Gucci. Damn it. But my best friend, like she's so supportive. She literally, so I've gotten over this. I used to be afraid of answering the door. Just any stranger in general, petrified, immediate threat, immediately gonna rob me, rape me, whatever. So what I would used to do if I was ordering takeout, like Grubhub, is this is a true story. I would say, hey, Mel, the delivery guy is here. And she'd be like, okay, call me. So I would put her on FaceTime, and I would open the door to get the food, and I would put her FaceTime. Oh, sorry. I would put her, so she would answer the door. Hi, yes, it's me. Okay, I'm just gonna stick my hand out here and get the food. And while I would have her face here at the door, I would grab the food. Bye! And sign the door. And I think thank you so much. I don't know. I'm talking about it. I feel like every time I tell you something that is just so weird and makes me look bad, I feel better immediately after I say it. I also swore that I would never go to therapy again because I just don't want to pay someone to care about me. Like, I can't do it. I can't pay you to pretend to care. Like, I'm a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, we invented that. So, I'm not gonna... Here's the thing. Like, with a hoe, like, being paid for your time, being paid to care or whatever is different than, like, paying someone to care about, like, your deepest, darkest pains. And then they're gonna take your money and, like, what, write you a prescription? Like, I don't know. Like, it's so for me. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. No disrespect to any psychotherapists. I'm just that one patient who probably needs therapy, who's never gonna get it. All right. yeah, so for all of you doctors out there, and you watch my videos and you've been trying to diagnose me because you know something's wrong, have a field day. There you go. There's all of it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm afraid of. You know, I'm excluding like normal things that people are afraid of, like you know, natural disasters. Like, to me, that's like something I'm alert of, but I don't wake up every day and be like, "Wow, there's gonna be an earthquake." I'm as prepared as I can be for a natural disaster. So I don't live in fear of things like that. It's just, you know, I don't want to get poisoned. I don't want to talk to anyone, and I don't want to be seen anywhere. It's natural. Yeah, but I mean, you know, I have a really great support system, and they will help me do things that are seemingly so stupid, but help me so much. Even my dogs, they give me so much confidence. I don't know, I'm getting teary-eyed. I do have my period, so it's probably a contributing factor. But yeah, are you afraid of anything? I hope that if you are afraid of anything and you're watching this video, I hope it's making you feel normal, and like maybe your fears are not as bad as you thought they were. I feel very brave right now, so I'm not afraid. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some type of entertainment out of it. But if you ever want to destroy me, create a scenario that involves all of these things. You will succeed. Please don't. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. That's everything I'm afraid of.